Okay, welcome back to McCarthy Performance. We're taking out some hollow dowel pin locators, and they're also used in connecting rods. Um, if you have to rework the connecting rod, you got to get these out, and they're pushed up against an offset in there that makes them very hard to get out without destroying them. So what I do is, this is one that I've taken out. You can tap them. This is a 1/2 inch fine thread. Seems to work pretty good. Thread it in there and then extract it. These are Subaru case dowel locators. I have to get them out because I'm going to set this on my boring bar and bore it. Then I'll put the two halves together and hone it. So what I found was this is a 3/8 fine thread, and I'm going to put some threads inside this locating dowel. Now there's after I'm done with this, there'll be nothing wrong with reusing it. These locating dowels, you can get these through most rod manufacturers, but if you get in a jam, you need to take one out and you don't want to destroy it. Usually this is what I do, is I'll start it with a couple threads, and this one here is actually a junk one. I got a little carried away with that one. But then you can usually sand the edge down a little bit, break it on a belt sander, and install it. You can install it the opposite way if you don't want to see the threads. Obviously you want to make sure that you're not cutting too far into the dowel. Then it becomes thin-walled, extremely thin, and then you might have a problem with it later. But for this particular application, I have no fear of doing what we're doing here. But they do use these, and like the big block Chevrolet uses a split one, and them are pretty easy to get out, and they're relatively cheap. So, but these solid ground tube ones, I usually try to save them, and saves from trying to get them from Subaru. Okay, so this is a rocker arm stud. You don't need to use one of them. Big washer, surface washer, fender washer. This is a thrust out of a dampener tool. Put that on there. Put your array of stacked washers on it. We want to get it to a point where we don't have to, we'll pull it in all one motion if we can. And you know, when they're blind and there's nothing to get behind there to get them out, it's kind of tough, but you see it come right out. Okay. Got one over here. We're going to do the same thing. I'm pick up my washer that hit the floor. Use my big surface area washer because we're right on the edge of this. And you don't want to, you know, use this and cock it and put a dent in the case. So that's what we'll do. We'll put it in there like that. Up here. So we'll thread it in there. You want to make sure you got at least a 1/4 inch of threads in the tube. You don't want to try to pull it with only 1 or 2 threads. You'll not have a very good success rate. It's better if you've got a little bit more in there. And this one gonna come right out. So I mean, some people have probably seen this, maybe some haven't. I'm doing it for the people that haven't. But now I can take these and I can install them back in. They're not damaged in any way. You know, if you're worried about the threads a little bit, you could go in there and just kind of clean them up a little bit, make sure there's no burrs on them, but I have no fear of reusing these. And that's kind of the video for today. Any place where they use these one-piece ground dowel locators, rods, connecting rods, they do it all the time. I've done it on the Subarus and other engines where we can just find a thread that you can get in there, and it don't even have to be, you know, 100%. If you can just put enough in there to get it to hold, have a little bit of bite, it'll work fairly well. Now 3/8 happen to be ideal for this, and 7/16 usually, with the 7/16 bolts, with the dowel locators on the 7/16 bolt aftermarket rods, a 1/2 inch fine works good for them. That's kind of it. Probably have some longer videos coming up this week. Just wanted to get this on here, and maybe somebody will get some use out of it. Thank you for watching.